Hey guys, welcome to Randall's. This AutoPark session has been brought to you by FSD. This one you did pretty good. And the cart corral over here, it kind of represented it as opposed to just drawing in an object like a car. That was interesting. I was just picked a spot, didn't even see what it was. Turned out it was a handicap spot. Whoops. I didn't know it was a handicap spot until we were almost backed into it. And wait, there's a blue thing there. Yeah, that's what that was. Meantime, because I did a brake on, FSD off, AutoPark started dee, so he got all freaked out. It's kind of interesting that FSD didn't say, hey, wait, that's a handicap spot, you shouldn't be there. But I don't know. It would have been nice if it gave some kind of representation of it when I was picking the spot. And I guess I should have guessed, because there was an open spot in between them, between two spots. So that should have been a clue that might have been a handicap spot, I guess. But it sure would have been nice if he told me up front. Okie dokie. So coming up 620. Came across an Acura TLX. At first it was kind of like, what's this guy doing? It seemed like there was something a little bit not right. For some reason, FSD did not want to pass him. He's in the outside lane, we're in the outside lane. So brake on, FSD off, move the car over. And Tesla's still going like, I don't want to, So, okay, let's just go. We'll move up. Sure enough, well, no, so at first it's like, he didn't want to be passed, so he's speeding up. Okay, fine. Didn't mean to be a threat to you, but okay, whatever. And then a lane moves up to, on the outside to go onto the unnamed shortcut loop. And he goes into that. Okay, cool, awesome. And so I move back into the outside lane. Let's keep moving. And all of a sudden, just as he had to commit to going to the right, he comes back left into the outside lane that I'm in. Okay. Now, if I had done that with my Tesla, there would have been alarms going off, because the proximity of the car, my car that is, whatever, brake on, FSD off, slow down, give him all the possible room you can give, move back to the inside lane and go by him again. I don't know. As it turns out, when he gets up to the 2222, he turns right again. I don't know. All right. I want to say there was a lot of interesting things that happened on 620, but I don't remember a whole bunch of it, unfortunately. That was earlier this morning. But for the most part, other than traffic being kind of generally slow, things moved okay. The biggest problem I was having was I was trying to say I want to go to HB at 1431 and Parmer, and for some reason I can call up in the navigation. Every time I picked an HEB, it was going to a different HEB. I don't know. Finally, when I started getting closer, I picked a spot on the map and said, that's close enough. Once I get close, I can get there. So there's just stupid traffic, stupid driver tricks. You know the type of person, right? And it's the type of person that wants to make sure to say that we all need to go to FSD or robotaxi. Take away the individual driving their own car. That's why you drive dangerous, right? You don't drive dangerous because you like to drive that way. You just don't know what you're doing. Okay, whatever. Finally get up there to HEB. I started the trip with 21%, and I arrived at HEB with about 13%. A little bit nervous, but I know there's a supercharger there in Cedar Park, so it'll be okay. All right, onward, upward charge. Okay, saw this driving in. There's no Lisa. Lisa at HEB. Okay, so I don't think I said it before, and I wasn't really worried about it before. So I had 21% down there in Steiner Ranch. By the time I got up to HEB, I was down around 12%, I think. Now, the navigation estimating that we'll arrive with 4% at home. So, yeah, 4% gives me a reasonable margin. And it's not that far, so relax. You know, it's estimating 4%. Okay, fine. But that also tells me I shouldn't do any hard accelerations. I shouldn't do anything performance oriented, right? Just let FSD do its thing, and if it's going a little bit slow, let it go a little bit slow. Okay, it's fine. For the most part, that's just fine. Now, there was a car as we're approaching Texas 183A, and for some reason they had their left turn signal on for a while, and they continue to have left turn signal on. And what's crazy is they're approaching, right? They're approaching the traffic light, and instead of slowing down to get in, so there was a Mazda that was a little bit in front of me. I'm in the middle lane. There's a Mazda in the inside lane, and this minivan has the left turn signal on in the middle lane. So if you really wanted to go there, you should slow down and get behind this Mazda. Instead, they sped up a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. So you're just jinxing yourself. But whatever, peace and harmony. Like I said, I'm just trying to let FSD do his thing. So FSD Navigation have made their estimate, and let's see how it works out. As I'm driving along, we're down around 9%, and I'm going like, you're estimating a very conservative or a very aggressive arrival. I just can't believe it. I mean, sometimes they're like, yeah, well, if you think of 1% gets you 2 miles, and that's based upon getting close to 4 miles per kilowatt hour. Yeah, maybe. But other times it's like, but, and that 4% arrival never changed. That's what really stuns me. And that's why I was letting FSD do his thing. Okay, as we're driving along, we come across this Toyota Crown, all-wheel drive. Okay. The plate number starts with T, so it's a sort of new car. Although it's not a year old. Okay, so it's less than a year old, right? Because my friend's car, it starts with an S, and hers is a year old. Okay, whatever. This Crown is going kind of slow. So left turn signal, let's go around them. Because there's nobody around me saying, no, you can't pass this car. So let's pass this car, let's go. And sure enough, I think it's a lady driving. Sure enough, Miss Crown is going like, oh no Tesla's going to pass me. Oh. But then after a while, it's like we're going downhill and she's not keeping up. Although once it got steeper, she started pushing, but as soon as we went back uphill, all of a sudden, I can't pass you. Yeah, what are you doing? Okay, it turns out Miss Crown is going into Jonestown, or she's going to one of the gas stations in Jonestown. I don't know, whatever. She made sure, she got called out, And you know what? I haven't done anything on a Crown, so let's see what the energy use is. Or MPG. Okay. I mean, this is sort of a Camry replacement, or is it an Avalon replacement? I'm not sure which. Okay, whatever. So in the meantime, oh, well, as we go through the construction zone, there's some guys who are working, they're kind of close to the road, I guess. And so the car in front of me is slowing down to 30 miles an hour. I'm not sure they were that close to the road to be that concerned, but they're slowing down fine. So, hey, you're saving energy for me. Cool, awesome. That's exactly what I need at this point. As we approach the magical Tesla traffic light at West Reed Park Road, for some reason, FSD is slowing down a fair amount, about 15 miles an hour. Don't know why. Brake on FSD off, send a message like, anybody know where we're slowing down here? Hello? You know, come on. Today, FSD feels like it's regressed a little bit, and it's not as much fun. But I'm sweating it because of the claim we're going to ride with 4%. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way this thing's going to get there at 4%. I keep thinking what the numbers are, and I'm having a hard time with it. Okay, whatever. After we leave the construction zone, I'm kind of, not exactly by myself, but I'm kind of by myself. And so I just let FSD do his thing. Okay, wherever FSD wants to go, whatever speed he wants to go, let him do it. Because that 4% is based upon his meeting his estimations. And I definitely don't want to overdraw at the bank, because then I'm out of energy. Well, 4% is a fair margin. Plus, there's a unspoken reservoir or reserve that's good for another 1 or 2%. Okay, whatever. So we make it down the Boggy Ford. Awesome. We're just clicking along. Along here, I remember somebody doing a YouTube video, and what they said was you should use the chill profile. That chill profile helps reduce the number of forward collision warnings or fake collision warnings. Okay, so I finally get that set. I keep forgetting it. I finally got it set. So that's what we're on now. In the meantime, I'm just kind of letting FSD do his thing, cruising along. Awesomeness. We're still at arrival of 4%. Coming down Boggy Ford, I am at 4% battery. But when I look at the energy graph, it's low 100s, low 100 watt hours per mile. Wow. So 100 watt hours per mile is 10 miles per kilowatt hour. At least I think that's what the math says, because 200 is 5 miles per kilowatt hour. So wait, what? Really? Sure enough, we arrive in front of the house. We still have 4% in the battery. Wow. That's totally awesome. I'm kind of stoked, and I'm kind of relieved. So as we're pulling into the garage, twice on the display, FSD says, "Hey, you might want to plug in right away." Okay. As I'm getting out of my car, the Tesla app on my phone is telling me, "You might want to plug in right away." Okay. I have 4% in my battery. Come on, relax. Now, I wouldn't want to go anywhere else, but come on, man. Whatever, made it home. So I'm kind of surprised at how much we stretched those last couple of percents. But anyway, there you go. All right. Are you ready for your ice comparison notes? I'm tell you the truth, I'm somewhat impressed. It's not great, but better than the average. All right, so the Toyota Crown. Apparently they have one engine, I don't know, hybrid. Anyway, 41 miles per gallon. What? Your car doesn't get 41 miles per gallon? Come on, man. I mean, even my Jetta TDI got 40 miles per gallon, and that was, what was that, 2018? No, it's older than that. 2013, I think it is. A 2013 got 40 miles per gallon, but anyway, there you go. All right, so the total trip for today is 37 miles. How much energy you use? 8 kilowatt hours. That means 88 cents. All right, so how about 27% of a gallon, or just over a quarter of a gallon? Yes, your Crown's not going to make that, and forget the other guys who are, you're not even close. Okay, there you go. And I know when I saw her plate, what I was thinking to myself was, you could have bought an electric car. You bought a Crown, you could have bought electric. So much better. But there you go. Well, I didn't start out to push it quite this hard, but there it is. We recommend charging now. We're at 4%. Okay. Look at this number, 110 watt hours per mile. Yeah. Okay, current drive was 20 miles, 40 minutes, 220 watt hours per mile. That sounds pretty good to me. Total trip, 37 miles, 8 kilowatt hours used. Wow. 226 watt hours per mile. Yes, I'm pushing closer. Yeah, that's a little too far for me. All right, let me get in the garage and let me get it plugged in before it dies. I'm sorry, I guess I shouldn't say it quite that way. I have 4%. The last 1% lasted over 5 miles. Yeah, so I'm not, but it is kind of low, so let's get it plugged in. Okay, can you read it from here? Okay, 5 hours, 50 minutes to charge up on my wall connector. 10, oh, we haven't quite got there, 11 kilowatt hours, so we're at the max. So it's going to be almost 6 hours charged up. That's how low we are. Oh, interesting. I've never seen this flashing red at the top. We're obviously derated. All right, so while it tries to figure out how much more energy it needs to handle me sitting in the car, because the air conditioning's running, although I know how to fix that, turn the air conditioning off. All right, we've derated down to 6 kilowatt hours, or 6 kilowatts as opposed to 11. So obviously we're 23 amps. So we slowed down a bit. Now it is, well, mid-afternoon, 3:30. So there may be a reason why I've slowed down a little bit. Okay, whatever. I mean, it's not like I need to go anywhere anytime soon, so it's fine, right? I don't think it's the power company. I think it's just the combination of the car and the charger are just slowing down a bit. Okay, onward, upward charge.